Good afternoon, my beautiful babes and babettes. As I rapidly switch accents, I am your resident active advocate, and I was doing bookish things this morning as usual, so whatever. Uh, Speaking of books, the one we will be talking about today is called Do Bananas Chew Gum by Jamie Gilson, and spoiler warning. So this one is quite small, it's not huge. Probably about the size of Anna. If you've read Anna, read Anna. Even if you've read Anna, read Anna, but this book is good too. Okay. Not by Jean Little, but touches upon many of the same subjects as her books tend to do. And especially in the case of Anna, because that one has the theme of a late to be diagnosed disability getting in the way of a person's functional life. Disability does not intrinsically, quote, get in the way. It gets in the way when people don't know how to cope with it, how to live with it, how to function within the parameters set up for them by both the physical, mental, emotional, or social difference and society's expectations of what they will be capable of doing with that physical, mental, social, or emotional difference, both in the positive sense and in the negative sense. Like, are they going to be able to do X? And we don't think that they can do Y. You know, these sorts of things that are set up for us by society. Now, in the case of the main character of this book, his name is Sam, and he is in late elementary school, but he reads at the level of a second grader. He has no idea why, and he's been trying to hide this fact for as long as he can, but he keeps getting really poor marks in school, like even just barely passing all of his courses. And the teachers are concerned about him. His parents are chronically concerned about him, and he's not been able to take up very many responsibilities for himself due to the fact that he is not really able to read. He can read, just not well. So this book actually sheds a lot of light on one's social responsibilities rather than just one's personal responsibilities, because Sam is invited to babysit these two kids, but because of his learning disability, when their mother leaves him specific written instructions about when to feed the kids, what to feed the kids, when to put them to bed, what to do with the dog, he's not really able to follow instructions. He can parse out certain things, but even these kids who are both younger than him are like, no, it means this, or it says this, in the note when they see that he's struggling to read it. So that definitely gets in the way of his social functioning, in that he wants to take these responsibilities. He is old enough to take these responsibilities. But at the same time, what is holding him back here is the fact that he's never been taught properly how to read. The problem with a lack of diagnosis, as I was saying yesterday with Anna, is that if you're not aware that you have a thing, the school system is not going to be aware of it. Your parents are not going to be aware of it. Your doctors, your friends, your social group, everyone in your community with whom you interact, they're not going to be aware of it. So they're going to expect you to function normally, quotation marks, thank you. When it comes to not being able to read, he has no idea why he can't, because, again, undiagnosed disability. He thinks he's stupid. His parents don't want to say he's stupid. It's implied by his teachers. It's like, why is he so far behind the rest of his age group? There's one particular scene in the book where they're having an out loud spelling bee, and all the kids get to quiz all the other kids on how to spell certain words. And this girl who sort of has a crush on him says to him, okay, spell out the word cutie, right? And he had been hoping for an easy one. Now, for anyone who knows how to read, that word would be decently easy for him. He's basing it all on phonetics, okay? So in English, theoretically, Q, T, the individual letters, right? Q is pronounced as Q, T is pronounced as T. That's how he spells it. And he gets laughed at, something merciless, because he doesn't know how to spell this really basic word. What are you doing? You know? And that's when they first, like, his teachers first get a sense of, is there actually something wrong here that we haven't put our finger on yet? So he is sent to get a diagnosis, sort of, like to have tests run on him by a school specialist. And he's found to be very intelligent. He's mathematically a freaking wizard. Like, this woman gets him up to a grade level in mathematics much higher than his own. And, you know, he can run the numbers like crazy, but he can't read printed words. Not very well. And she finds out where his reading parameters are and says, okay, you're going to have to be, you can still go to this school. There's not going to be the whole segregation aspect that there was in Anna, because this book takes place in more modern times than Anna does. But there is a special class that he has to attend. Once he's in this special class, he's like, oh God, there goes my reputation. I'm going to be made fun of. No one's going to like me anymore. You know, I'm going to lose all my friends. But very much like with Anna, he's able to find his niche in this class. And what happens too is that it's figured out that what he has a problem with is English phonetics. English is a very difficult language to read, especially if you're not used to it. And he's never been properly diagnosed, so he's never been able to read, you know, and as I say, people have wondered why, but they haven't really attempted to help him in any constructive way until this point. He also he's a well-rounded character enough. He has interests that lie outside of just school. You know, he wants to get into archaeology. And he had taken a book out of the library about archaeology and had just been looking at the pictures, pretty much. But one of the people who instructs him gives him a blank piece of paper and says, I want you to put this over top of the word and slide it along to gradually reveal the letters that you're reading. He finds that when he slows down and takes his time and reads all of the different syllables of the word archaeology individually, he's much better off. So this is not a matter of him being stupid. This is not a matter of any sort of disability that has to do with, say, autism or anything like that. It's not on the autism spectrum. This is purely a learning disability based solely on his brain's capacity to process things both quickly and properly. He can process properly if he's going slowly. He cannot process properly if he's going quickly. So the term learning disabilities is an umbrella term, just like the term autism is an umbrella term. It encompasses many, many different things. And you're not going to get one single diagnosis for a whole whack of people. You know, everyone's going to be different in terms of their diagnosis. So for Sam, it all has to do with English phonetics. And English is a mess, okay? If you are not used to English, it's a freaking mess, because we have roots in German, French, Latin, Greek, little bit of Sanskrit, just stuff from everywhere all over the world that came together to make this language that English speakers are now used to. But if you have processing issues, it's going to be really, really difficult, because just write the word archaeology down for yourself. There is the CH sound, so you might say archaeology. There is the AE sound, so you might say archaeology or archaeology. It's very Greek, okay? This word is Greek in origin. So when it comes to Greek, there are different pronunciations than we have in English. You know, like in the word psyche. Psyche. if you're not used to the Greek, you're going to say psyche, right? Or psyche, strange things like that. So English is difficult at the best of times, but if you have processing issues, it's going to be even harder. Basically, the conceit of this story is that literacy also makes you independent. I like that idea, right? Because I'm an English major and a not at all in the closet English nerd. So when Sam learns how to read properly, and he isn't at that point by the end of the book. He's learning. And I really appreciate in disability lit the learning process. It's like we're not fully formed by the end of this story, because this whole thing is a process, and it's meant to be a process. You see that in a lot of what I would call good disability lit. So that is the basic idea of Do Bananas Chew Gum? And I hope y'all check this book out because, like I say, it's quite wee and it's nice and I like it and it's not a freaking cure narrative. Thank you. We don't like those in this house. No, we don't. All right, so I will see y'all tomorrow for another video, and I can't remember the book yet again, but I have a list yet again. I want y'all to know as well that I forgot that Friday is Christmas. Oops. So my last actual video of this week and until January 4th or 11th, haven't made my mind up yet, is going to be on Thursday. I'm not going to be doing a book analysis on Thursday. I'm going to be doing something Christmassy. So hopefully y'all will appreciate that. I know that not everyone in this audience is going to be Christian, but when it comes to my singing, beauty is for everyone. That's my little teaser about what I'm giving y'all. All right, so fare thee well. Have a wonderful day. Read, 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 read. Thank you. Mwah.